And welcome back to Comic Frontline, everybody. I am Brant Fowler, aka the Gonzogoose, back with you for another review. This time I'm looking at Axis Hobgoblin, number 1 of 3. This is written by Kevin Shinick with art by Javier Rodriguez. Now, this is obviously a tie-in to the Axis event, and it is a miniseries featuring Hobgoblin, the original Hobgoblin, Robert Kingsley. What's his? Roderick. Couldn't think of his name. Roderick Kingsley. He's the first Hobgoblin, and I'll have to say that this, the tone of this book reminds me just a little bit of Superior Foes of Spider-Man, mixed with a little bit more of dramatic essences, mixed in with that. So, interesting read. I've really enjoyed this book. I'll put that up front. Basically, as we know, Roderick Kingsley has been selling supervillain identities, and that's how Gorgon became Venom and so forth. All these recycled names, and you saw all these new incarnations of all these supervillains. That's who he was selling the identities. Well, in light of everything that's happened, he decided that's not the business for him anymore. Now he's going to sell superhero identities, and he has become like this motivational speaker, and he's got like phase 1, if you pay this much for $19.99, you can get this and this, and I'm sorry for the infomercial thing, and then for phase 2 and a small fee you can get access to this and this, and then it ends up with him meeting all these people and giving them identities and everything, and but he still has his Hobgoblin brand going on. So most of the issue is about him being this new motivational speaker, becoming richer and richer by creating superhero identities for all these random people. But he's still a wanted criminal, so he has to stay off the grid, and everything is underground and everything. The subplot which comes into the end, which is going to lead to the more deeper plot throughout the entire miniseries, is that the Goblin King has discovered this, and he doesn't like it at all. And we learn that a certain character who was thought dead is going to be alive now, and kind of what's the word? Infiltrate. That's the word I was looking for. Infiltrate his little motivational speaker thing going on. So, very interesting story with this particular character who we've seen recently in the whole Goblin Nation story arc in the Spider-Man books just a few months ago. So, honestly, I thought the art was fine. It was very fitting for this kind of story. Very fun, very light, colorful, just fun and energetic, and the dialogue great between Roderick Kingsley and his assistant, and with all these wannabe heroes. Oh, he's talking to us and that kind of thing. It was brilliant. And the Goblin King trying to figure out things, and the creepiness of this character that comes back, and learning what her role may be at oh man, I really enjoyed this issue. I thought it was really good. That's all I can really say about it. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit distracted by something going on over here. But no, I thought it was a really fantastic first issue. I'm looking forward to this mini-series. Between the two, Carnage and Hobgoblin, I was kind of more worried about this one because I've never been a huge Hobgoblin fan. But call me a hobnobber, if you will, now, because I like this series, and obviously the Carnage one I've not read yet, so but for this one I'm on board for the whole 3 issues. I think it's great. It's very loosely tied into Axis. It's kind of funny because on the first page it tells you if you've not read Axis 3, go read that first. And I'm like, okay, so because I was going to read that book, so I just put it down. I was like, forget it then, I'll go read Axis tomorrow. And so I went to bed, and then the next day I read Axis, and I'm like, okay, there's very little on Hobgoblin here. I mean, I already knew that the villains were gathering together, to fight the Red Skull. So I go back and read Hobgoblin. I'm like, I didn't need to read Axis 3, so they totally faked me out. But whatever, it's fine. I thought it was a fun story. So for Axis Hobgoblin, I'm going to give it a 4.25 out of 5. Pretty high score for it, but I really had a lot of fun with it, and that's how I'm judging this. It was solid art, solid writing, and a very fun book. So there you go, 4.25 out of 5. And I'm one of the very few people that gives, 0.25 and 0.375, all this stuff going on crazy. But 4.25 for Axis Hobgoblin, number 1 of 3. That's going to wrap up this review. Check out all the other reviews here on Comic Frontline and all the other content we have as well. Check out comicfrontline.com, comicrelated.com, zone4podcast.com, and Frontline Gaming Zone on YouTube. Together, all your number 1 source for all your comic news, reviews, podcasts, games, movies, TV, and so much more. And until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.